Wow. I hope everybody just watched WrestleMania last night, and it was such a great show. Yeah. Anyway, this was. If you're listening to this, you're probably thinking, "Wow, I can't wait to watch this preview because I'm so excited." Well, guess what? Me and Justin don't watch this. We don't watch WWE. We're just watching WrestleMania. Justin didn't even watch last night. I did. It was just
I
probably okay.
might have saw the clips on Twitter because
There
you
you
can't.
go. So don't yell at us for not watching this crap because we
But
just
why
wanted
are
to do a
we doing it
review.
if we don't watch it? That's
Because
the
it's
question.
fun. It's fun. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to do the matches. It's fun to talk about the matches on paper because if you haven't watched up to this point, you don't know all the crappy stuff that they led up to this. So when I look at stuff like Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, I'm really excited. But then when I see a little thing next to it, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Okay, you know how long I've wanted Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn to be a WrestleMania match? We're breaking the fourth wall here. Sami Zayn, actually El Generico. El Generico didn't go to Mexico to help the children.
Hey,
He's in WWE. And guess
that
what?
doesn't make
He's
sense.
facing Kevin Owens. He's facing Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, and they have to ruin it with Logan Paul. They have to ruin it with Logan Paul. I don't care how many people are going to watch this because they weren't wrestling fans before, but now they are because we got to watch Logan Paul. Like,
Are we previewing that match because Sami Zayn's probably gonna win?
I hate this
No.
company. I hate
No.
this company. I'm glad WWE Network is free now. I'm sorry to the people that want to watch the network the old
They make
way.
so much money. Holy.
It just they don't care. This is obvious. They don't care. If they cared, they would just give us Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn because you know that Logan Paul is going to do some stupid thing in the match. Kevin Owens, if he doesn't jump off the boat, I'm going to be mad. Why did they have to ruin this?
I don't know. Tommy, take it away.
I don't know. I haven't watched SmackDown in like weeks and weeks and weeks.
Did you just say you watched wrestling last? What?
What's that?
You watch wrestling? Didn't you say you watched Bianca versus Sasha preview?
Well, yeah, I always check out the clips on Reddit of like Sasha segments.
SmackDown, or sorry, the preview show to WrestleMania?
Listen, the show is bad, and I will not be harassed for not watching it. All right. What's happening here is, yes, all of the shows are stupid, Mike.
Oh, well, yeah. I would prefer SmackDown over Raw.
Well, yeah, so would I, but that's not exactly saying anything.
True.
Anyway,
all right.
So
yeah,
this thing is it's Kevin Steen versus El Generico at WrestleMania, which like if you told us that 10 years ago or whatever, it's like, oh my God, that's going to be the craziest thing. But yeah, we've got Logan Paul, which
but it's soul crushing. It's soul crushing.
It really is. They want to do some stuff where it's like, oh, we gotta reach that external audience that doesn't watch. Do you really think that these Logan Paul fans are going to tune in and they're going to see him like probably screw both of them and he's going to go over both of them? I don't know. I just like that.
Stop.
That group of viewers of people, they're not going to come back and buy the network or subscribe to Peacock. Exactly. They just want to see the one segment of Logan Paul so that they can tweet about it and say Low Gang or whatever the hashtag is. And then they're just never going to watch again.
Yeah. Some sick merch.
All right. The next match. Who's winning, by the way?
I mean, with my luck, Sami Zayn will win, but I don't even care.
I think Zayn wins
Kevin Owens
with some screw job.
You're doing this match for too long.
If Kevin Owens doesn't jump off the boat, then what was this all for? Anyway, okay. From one crazy match to another, we got Riddle, who's not Matt Riddle anymore, Justin. He's just Riddle, versus Sheamus. If Riddle does not ride his scooter out to the ring, I send it back.
I think Sheamus is gonna win. I don't know why. I just think that.
Well, yeah, because Riddle was never supposed to be champion. It was supposed to be Keith Lee. And then he got COVID and there's something else that's been going on with him, but it hasn't been like talked about publicly. So nobody really knows. But yeah, I think Sheamus will win too. I honestly think it'll be a good match. But the one thing I do want to bring up is if they do that stupid like gimmick where Riddle flip flops off and birds come out of his feet, that's gonna die in front of a live crowd because it's dumb enough just on TV. But if they do that stupid bird thing and like the announcers are marking out for it, I don't care. Sheamus wins.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so another quick.
No, it's fine. It's next match.
It's okay. We'll see it live. We'll see it live and in person.
Fine. Okay, let's talk about the real matches. Where are the other matches? Oh God!
Well, before the real matches.
Nigerian drum. What does that mean, though?
Okay. So,
hey, why are the only two people in this match black and Nigerian drum fight? This just sounds racist.
Well, I think you know the answer for that one, and I think everyone listening knows the answer for that one. But the big reveal here, the Nigerian drum match, which is this big, intimidating name, the stipulation is it's a match where you have to beat your opponent so hard that it sounds like a drum being played.
Hey.
So that's the stipulation. That's the big crazy swerve.
What the fuck?
Because they can't just call it a no DQ match. They have to put a fucking name on it.
Rain them and then hit them and make them hollow.
I don't know.
You mean they sound like a drum? You know how a drum sounds? It's hollow.
Dude, it's just gonna be a match where they like hit each other. It's
a no DQ match.
Oh no! I just thought of something. You know what they'll do? The Stro-Man train thing. How they've been doing lots of sound effects lately. They're gonna do like with every punch or every chop, they're gonna play like a giant drum sound effect.
And the camera changes 10 different times.
Minus 5 stars. Match
I do hope Apollo Crews wins though.
Okay. What? Fine.
I do hope Apollo Crews wins though.
Yes.
Because there's this long gimmick with Andy, with Leg and WWE Leg and 619, that he thought that Apollo Crews would win the world title like a million years ago. And I think about it every time I think of Apollo Crews. So I do hope Apollo Crews wins the Intercontinental Championship from Mania.
If he should just change his name to Uha Nation.
True. That'd be cool. I saw him as Uha Nation. He teamed up with Ricochet. Anyway, we have that tag team match. But we don't talk about that because we didn't talk
beat Nia Jax. I put 2 and 2 together. Remember when Nia Jax used to put her through the table every week? Well, she's gonna put Lana's gonna put Nia Jax through a table and then win.
Are they gonna do a my whole spot, Justin?
Oh no!
I watched that and I didn't understand why people thought it was funny.
Oh, it's the funniest thing of all time.
Well, when you don't watch WWE anymore, it's not really
true.
Yeah, it's not actually funny, but it was just like, oh my god, did she really just do that? So yeah, I mean,
you can hear my dog bark in the background.
I love that dog. This is better than the damn Mania show. Whoever wins the Gauntlet Eliminator, whatever the tag match is, I think they beat Nia and Shayna so that Shayna can probably do jobs to like random jobbers for the next 28 years because that's what they love doing with her, and then Nia can do the Reginald stuff and whatever.
Reginald, you said that name again, but I'm not going to ask anymore because that doesn't sound guy. So what's next?
Anyway,
what's the match?
I don't know. Which one do you want to talk about first? Because I
don't want to watch the show anymore. But the next 3 matches I do want to watch.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do Asuka and Rhea Ripley.
Well, Rhea Ripley's going to win because if Rhea Ripley doesn't win, then why would she even on the show?
But this is the same thing with Bianca Belair from the first show.
No. Sasha's going to win and then Rhea's going to win. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, I'm totally fine with Rhea Ripley winning the title. I'm totally fine with that happening.
Rhea Ripley doesn't win.
They better win. Yeah, exactly. Did you see the shirt that they released for this match? Like it's like the match card thing. She's turned, so like her back is like the only thing you could see, and their heads is just popping up in the corner. It's really weird. They should have just used like a regular match card or like a face-off shirt or something. Anyway, yeah, Rhea Ripley better win. Tommy, go ahead.
Yeah,
Good
Rhea
thought.
has
Good
to
thought.
win. If she doesn't, then I wouldn't be surprised, but she has to. So, yeah.
Don't want to make her a geek because we know everybody else is turned into a geek on this show. The Fiend.
This is right here. This is the 5 stars or bust match.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is right here. This is gonna be 5 stars or bust right here.
I don't even know.
I saw the Fiend.
Am I taking the reins on this?
I saw all the images of him coming back, and if he doesn't win, what was the point?
Exactly.
I don't know what's happening, but if he doesn't win, what was the point?
Tommy already has a pre-order for the mask. Like Tommy's the biggest Fiend.
You're probably gonna buy the Fiend plaque, aren't you?
He's the biggest Fiend fan that I know.
Do you have any of the? You have the Ultimate figure?
He's got them all. He's got them all, dude. If you go into his apartment, he's got them all lined up right on like over the TV. And then he's got another section where he's got all the masks. He's got like the first mask. He's got the plastic mask. He's got the rubber mask.
I know he doesn't have all that. I know Tommy doesn't have all that.
I'm like Alexa. I've got a whole like shrine to the Fiend.
True.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
Listen, so
you don't want to know.
This whole thing is just so stupid. This Fiend thing. Alexa's like playing a 13-year-old, and she's being a devil or whatever. It's so stupid, but it's
remember. I listened to Observer, and Brian was like, "So Alexa looking like a 13-year-old playing with her box,
and
I almost fell off my chair at work.
Bro, I lost my mind when he first, and then he said it again later that day on Observer Live. I lost it both times. Yeah, it's clear what Vince is doing with this Alexa thing. He's like, oh, she's a little girl and she's doing all this stuff and she's riding Randy Orton in the middle of the ring and whatever.
So we had one racist angle and now pedophilia angle.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what I'm hearing.
And yeah, the Fiend, his new thing, his new outfit is really bad. It looks stupid. I mean, realistically, first of all, right now they're saying that this match is just going to be a straight wrestling match. Like, there's no stipulation. It's not a Firefly Funhouse thing.
Didn't you set him on fire once already? So
yes, he burnt him to a crisp. So now what you have to do is RKO him.
Why wouldn't they do a cinematic match like they did last year? Wouldn't that make sense? Bring him back to the fun.
I'm sure they probably will, but right now it's being advertised as just a wrestling match. All I know is I forget who it was. I forget who it was. It doesn't matter. Someone brought up the idea, like, imagine if it's a double count out in the blow-off match where someone already got burnt to a crisp. And that's the end of the feud. They do a double count out, and Alexa's like, what the hell? And she just dips out and goes back to her old gimmick. I don't know. Realistically,
25-year-old, she's like, oh, I'm cured.
Yeah, I sure hope so, because this whole 13-year-old thing is creepy. But
what if
this is? Let me get this over with, and then
why does Logan Paul have a shirt?
Who cares,
dude?
So
stop.
We already passed that. So this whole
Fiend thing.
Excuse me. This whole Fiend thing is the reason that I started watching this stupid show on Mondays every week again, because I was like, I'm bored and I'm going to watch the Fiend. And first of all, the first month, he just didn't show up. So I just got to see, I got to see Alexa doing throwing up black goo and slime and all that stuff. Or maybe Randy did it. I don't care. So they better do some wacky stuff in this Fiend versus Randy match. And I don't care who wins. I hope that it's over and we never have to see the Fiend Alexa Bliss again, because it's just so stupid and it's.
But
I don't care who wins. I just want the feud to end. I ironically enjoy it.
Live reaction Tommy to the shirt. I just like
people say it's my guilty pleasure, and it's like, no, it's your pleasure though. There's only guilty.
That's the worst shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, dude! I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about that.
What's the next?
Okay, hold on. What if? Okay, hear me out. What if this match ends and before Randy Orton can get the pin, all of a sudden, like it goes, I guess it can't really go dark, but basically the Fiend and Alexa Bliss just like, the ending or like the ending of freaking the Avengers movie where they just like fall and like go into dust and like, when the Thanos snap happens, what if that just happens and like they just go away forever and they never talk about this like storyline again and just Alexa goes like Tommy said, Alexa goes back to normal and Bray Wyatt just comes back as like a regular guy and then like they just are snapped from existence.
I'll take it.
That was the worse than whatever they're gonna do on Sunday.
Speaking of dogs, the big dog, Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan.
So Edge is gonna pin Bryan. When did fuck Bryan get added to the match?
Probably when they realized they didn't want to squash Roman Reigns.
Bullshit. Fucking Roman Reigns versus Edge, spear versus spear. Whatever, I don't know how to explain this. The big dog versus the rated R superstar. When did we add Bryan?
I think when they realized they didn't want to pin Roman, they were like, well, throw in this guy.
Yeah. Didn't they do the same thing with Daniel Bryan like a couple years ago? They randomly put him into a match, like into a three-way, so they didn't have to beat the big star. I don't know. I'm going off Reddit right now, so.
No. Bryan should just win, dude. Bryan, I'm like, Bryan should just win. Like, fuck both of these guys.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I would love.
Yeah. If Bryan doesn't win, then obviously Edge, and then after that, it's like, well, if Roman retains, like imagine
Daniel Bryan's gonna win the title because that makes the least sense.
Yeah. And they get the whole crowd. Well, Edge winning the title would be like a cool moment, but like that was like a moment for like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
But if Bryan won the title, everyone would be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, everybody go crazy. But then if Roman wins the title, everybody go cool.
Roman. Oh, that's the swerve.
Could you imagine?
I did the swerve on a swerve.
Could you imagine? Bryan pins Roman after all these years.
I can't imagine that because I'm booking WWE logic.
WWE logic, Roman Reigns is gonna retain, and everyone's gonna go crazy and be happy for him. Dude, this is. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this show by this preview because, like, in like 2 years, when we're like, hey, remember that one time Roman won in the main event and everybody like booed him out of the building and they thought people were gonna cheer him. We're gonna remember this, and I'm gonna remember this review or this preview because we just took a dump all over WWE's dump already. You know what I mean? Like,
you want me to dump?
It's just like
you want me to talk about any company? It's fine. It's not that hard.
This is like venting all our frustrations we didn't even know we had. Going through this
show, I only care about 3 matches, and one of them I care about ironically, which is the Fiend versus Orton. I want to see Rhea versus Asuka, and the main event to be like, okay, that's the only 3 matches I care about, and they're all on night 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you literally I was looking at the cards. If you put Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, if you switch that for like the tag team match, like that, or maybe like the Riddle and Sheamus match or something, like. Night 2 would be the main show. Like that's the only match I could think of on night 1 that I would want with all the other matches on night 2. Like it's like they stacked up night 2 and then they were just like, oh yeah, night 1. Like here you go, you're on WrestleMania. Anyway,
imagine some dude who just bought a night 1 ticket.
That's it. What's up?
That would suck.
What?
I said, imagine like you're some dude who just bought a night 1 ticket because you're like, it's night 1. They're gonna go crazy.
Obviously, they're gonna have the better stuff on night 2, or at least like more good stuff on night 2 than night 1.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean night 1 has to be a complete pile of trash. But here we are. Other than Sasha and Bianca.
Yeah, they have one thing, but like, okay, you're going to Mania for one. Well, actually, 2 things really. The for start of the show and the end of the show. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're almost 20 minutes into this preview. At the end of the day, AEW is just another company. That's why NXT is moving to Tuesdays. So AEW is the better company. WWE stinks. Everybody knows it. You know it. We know it. That's it. WrestleMania.
And
No,
Yeah.
no. Hold on.
Okay.
So I don't know if this
Here
is
we
going to
go.
be on night 1 or night 2, but
Night 3.
reports have come out today that will
Oh, boy.
possibly be the best thing on either show. So
Oh, boy.
if for some reason you don't want to be spoiled, or maybe it already happened in night 1 or whatever, who cares? Just
Hey,
don't
it doesn't
listen.
matter. You know what? No one's listening to this.
That's a good point. So the whole thing that just came out today is apparently, obviously, the star of the COVID era for the women's side has been Bayley. So she's not in any match or anything. So the rumor is Bayley is going to be doing her, what's it called, Ding Dong Hello, her talk show thing. And all of a sudden, there's going to be a huge surprise. And by God, who's going to be coming in driving a truck? And that is the report. This person's going to be driving a truck into Ding Dong Hello. But the returning Becky Lynch. Now,
It's Ding Dong Hello.
I bought a shirt of Ding Dong Hello. Anyway, if Becky Lynch comes in and does a segment with Bayley setting up an angle with those two, and they're going to have like a thing, a program, I am all in on that because those two are awesome. But knowing them, it'll probably be like they won't do it, and then they'll bring back Becky Lynch to be the new Alexa, and she'll just be the Fiend's like toy or whatever.
They'll probably do it on Raw the next night when nobody's there to cheer. You know,
Probably. Yep.
big reaction, big return. In front of nobody.
But yeah,
Okay.
that is the report that just came out today. So
Becky Lynch
Be
is
ready.
cool.
in a truck.
What's the
Yes.
highest star that Dave's going to give any match on either show?
4 1/4.
Four.
1 1/4 for the triple threat match.
I think 4.5. I think there's going to be something that's like really, really good.
It probably
Anyway, that's
is.
it.
I feel so uninvested, and Tommy did not sell me the show at all.
I can't even sell myself on the show, Justin. What do you want from me?
You watch this stuff. You got to sell me why should I watch WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2, and you literally made me not care about Night 1.
Okay, well here's my sell for you.
Mhm.
Why
And I'm
should
not
you watch the
Go for
show?
one match, by the way. They'll just watch
Why
the main
should you
event.
watch the show? Excuse me. Why should you watch the show, Justin? Because you like stupid comedy bullshit wrestling. That's why you should watch the show. And if you don't like that, then don't.
I
It's
can't do
bad.
it. I'm gonna watch Night 2, not Night 1.
That's probably a good idea.
All right.
Listening
That's
to
it.
this, why? By the way,
It's bad.
Post in the comments. Gabagool. Okay, goodbye.
there's gonna be one